Well, this is a shocking surprise. Hey guys, this is Dash Shaw Rose here. I am back to do some more reviews. This time I'm going to be reviewing an episode of Family Guy. I'm actually going to be reviewing 2 episodes of Family Guy. Whoops, sorry about that, guys. That was an accident. I'll have to read her comment here pretty soon. But yes, but anyway, I was gonna say though, yeah, I'm back to review more episodes of Family Guy, and I gotta say, I thought I was done reviewing Family Guy episodes when I reviewed Been to Blockbuster, but apparently, people are saying Family Guy has gotten better. So I decided to go back and check out some episodes. I checked out this one and I checked out Old West, which are both episodes I'm going to be reviewing on this channel. If you guys, want to support my channel, hit that like button and subscribe. I do a lot of reviews on my channel. I also play games and stuff. I do a whole lot of things on my channel, so there's other things you guys can watch too. But yeah, right now I have 241 subs. If we can get this channel to 300 subs, I'll be rewarding 2 reward videos for you guys. So anywho, without any further ado, let's go ahead and review the episode Adoption. So, Adoption is an episode. This is actually the episode I heard people have been talking about when it comes to Family Guy. Actually, even Alpha J even was saying Family Guy has gotten better and people shouldn't be hating on it and stuff. Apparently, he made a whole video on that. So, I figured, why not I check it out, because I like Alpha J. Alpha J is a great YouTuber. I like him. I figured, I may not always agree with him, but I do like his content. So I figured I would check out this episode. So how is this episode in terms of quality? Well, I gotta say, this episode does not start off very good, honestly. Yep, it does not start off very good for a Family Guy episode. It starts off with, I guess, Lois and her family at the table eating food, and apparently Lois is telling one of her stories, and everyone's being total dicks to Lois, and that's causing, I guess, I don't know, them to do stupid stuff, like Chris and Meg are taking pills, and I think they kill themselves or something, I'm not sure. Which is pretty dark. Brian and Stewie go back in time to the Titanic, which is probably the most entertaining part of that, but even then it's still frustrating, and then Peter just tries to walk away and all that from all that, so it's pretty frustrating, and that's kind of funny considering Lois is my least favorite character on Family Guy. I don't care for Lois too much. She's not my favorite character. So, the fact that, that I feel bad for Lois is saying something. But this is exactly what they did in Been to Blockbuster. They did the exact same thing. They had a freaking stupid, pointless scene that went on for about a minute. And, it basically, But yeah, basically though, it starts off just like Ben in Blockbuster. So it has with that scene and stuff. Only this one actually starts off. This scene actually starts off pretty. It starts off like actually before the intro, and I gotta say, out of all the episodes that do this, this one's probably the worst I've seen so far. I haven't seen every episode of Family Guy. I haven't seen like a lot from season 16, but they do start off with episodes where they start off with things before the intro, and a lot of times they're pointless. Like in season, I think 2, there was where the Griffins were talking about viruses, and Quagmire gets killed, and Peter's like shooting guns with Cleveland and all that, and like Stewie's falling out of a window. I don't really. It's so random and stupid, but this is probably the worst of them, just because of the way they handle it with Lois. But I gotta say, the episode does pick up. It does pick up. It gets better, and I gotta say, I really do think that it does get better. It does. Now, before I continue on, I have to do this real quick. Sorry if I'm interrupting you guys in the video, but my friend, I'm gonna have to tell my friend here that everything is alright. Just hang on a second. I don't want her to get confused. See, she has Down syndrome, so she gets very confused very easily. So I'm trying not to, make her think I'm mad at her. Because I'm not mad at her. She just thinks that sometimes. That's why I had to text that. I'm really sorry, guys, I had to be interrupted there, but I don't want her to think I'm mad at her or anything like that. So anywho, let's get back to the video. So yeah, like I said, it gets a lot better. Like, this episode gets a lot better. It's nothing fantastic in the episode, but it does get better. So what happens is Carter is going to Well, what happens is, on the news, they mention, like, sea creatures and stuff and all that, and, I guess I think it's pollution. I didn't catch that part. I think it's pollution or something, but there's, like, something in the waters and stuff, so Carter has to go to his company, and he ends up trying to take the blame on Peter, because, Carter's an asshole, But then he goes to this orphanage, because Lois won't let him do it, so he goes to this orphanage, and he ends up falling in love with this girl. Not like, in love, like, relationship-wise, like, girlfriend and boyfriend, but he finds this little girl, and they end up, bonding, and I really do like it. I do like it a lot. I do like it, and I think they do a fantastic job with this. I think they give Carter, a good personality, because mostly Carter is just a freaking asshole. I mean, one time he freaking had a cure for cancer, and he wouldn't even give, he wouldn't share that with the world. And there's even another time where, like, he was with Chris. But yeah, there's another time like that where like, he's with Chris in a car, and a kid, like, he teases, like, this person on the street, this kid on the street, and with toys and stuff. So yeah, Carter's clearly an asshole, but here he actually kind of cares for this girl. He cares for this girl, and I really do think it's really nice to see him change as a character, They give him more to do than just be this rich-ass snob, who treats his wife like crap, like, by cheating on her, putting her in a mental hospital for a stupid reason, and all that. So yeah, it's nice that they, give Carter, another personality. They let him bond with this little girl, and I like it. They end up painting their nails and stuff, and they do a lot of stuff that little kids do. But unfortunately, Lois is jealous because Carter never gave her that attention, which I wouldn't blame her. I'd be upset too. But she ends up, I guess they end up going to the zoo, and Carter ends up, Carter takes them all to the zoo, and Lois is furious because she wanted to go to the zoo when she was little and never got to. So she snaps, and well, she doesn't really go kick. Yeah, she doesn't. But yeah, she doesn't really, do that. Yeah, she doesn't really, like she doesn't really, throw a tantrum or something. So it's not like customer of the week where she's, where she's a, total bitch, but and kidnaps people and stuff. But she is jealous. But yeah, she ends up taking, them to the zoo and all that. All right, hold on a second. I gotta send this person another message. I'm really sorry, guys. I really am. It's just, again, it's just my friend has Down syndrome. I'm really sorry. I'm just trying not to upset her, I don't want to upset her, so that's why I'm doing that. So sorry if I'm being interrupted, but I'm trying to do the video as best as I can. It's not her fault. Again, she has Down syndrome, but yeah, I just don't want to make her think I'm ignoring her, But yeah, I was gonna continue what I was saying here too. But yeah, so yeah, Lois gets jealous. She gets sent to the bath. She sends the little girl, which I don't know if they addressed her name or not. I don't know if they addressed her name at all in this episode that I'm aware of. Not that I can think of, at least. But yeah, they end up, well, she ends up taking her to the bathroom, and she loses, her, and it turns out that she's in the zoo. And, well, in the kennel, like in the kennel or something, or not, I don't know if you call it a kennel, but we'll just call it the gorilla pit. And, I'm really not sure why she's down there. I really don't know why the heck she's down there. She's just for some reason she's down there, and Lois goes to save her after a gorilla freaking murders this guy. That's freaking messed up. Like, he just rips his face off and wears his face. That's freaking messed up. But yeah, it's freaking messed up. But yeah, she ends up saving them by doing the same thing she did at the beginning of the episode, before the intro. Yeah, but she does the same thing at the beginning of the intro, where she tells her dreams and stuff and all that, and everyone walks away. So at least here it's not as cringe because it builds. It's part of the plot to save the girl, but I still don't like it. I still think it's stupid. It's still very stupid. But they do save her, and at the end, I guess Carter and her and Babs are all at the table, like very far away. For some reason, I'm not sure why they're far away, but they are, and I guess Carter's talking in the background. We get a stupid joke like that, and then I guess they talk to her and she leaves, and then that's basically the end of the episode. Well, it reveals Peter is watching in the background with the giraffe, so that's technically the end. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. So overall, this episode actually has a nice idea. It's giving Carter, something to make him likable, and I like that. I do like that a lot. But the thing is, though, I gotta say that, although they give him kind of a reason to be likable, he still has his moments where he's kind of a dick, like with Peter and stuff, but it worked in the older episodes because, they have, like, moments where Peter gets back at Carter, which is very funny and stuff, and all the people say it's annoying when they repeat it all the time. I think they changed it up where it works good, but they haven't really had that happen in a long time, where they had Peter to get payback at Carter, so, I don't know. But yeah, so basically though, they end the episode there, and that's basically adoption. So how is it? So what kind of score should I give this episode? Is this episode going to be a good, a bad, or a meh? Well, I'm going to say this episode is actually good, and I'm going to give it 83 points. Yes, 83 points. And also, I had the wrong score thing again. Yeah, I had the wrong score sound effect, but it's alright. But yeah, basically though, I need to work on trying to make sure I have everything repaired before this. Because even my emoji here, as you guys can see, it's supposed to be a different emoji, but I don't have that. So yeah, unfortunately, I do not have that, but I'm working on getting better at this stuff. I am. There's just so many steps. I might start writing it down. I don't know. I might do that. I don't normally write stuff down, but I might do it for the videos. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I just have a feel maybe I can get myself in a habit, but I don't know. But yeah, but I am getting better at that stuff. But yeah, anywho though, so yeah, overall this episode is definitely a good. But you're maybe asking why it's 83 points. Here's the thing though. Although I do like they gave Carter a likable hobby, I do like that. Better than being the same rich dick he is, I do like that. I don't like though how once again all the characters are pushed to the side. Where like mainly it's another Lois episode, another one where the characters, although they have lines, but just like being in Blockbuster, they hardly do anything in the film. They really do. Chris and Meg and Stewie are all like just pushed to the side. They got roles where they speak, but they don't really do a whole lot. Although we do get this one funny bit with Chris where like he's like, keep my name out of your fucking mouth. That's really funny. It really is. Actually, it's not out of it. You know, he didn't say it like that, but he basically was talking about it with the zoo and because Peter was making a zoo joke. But that was kind of funny. But otherwise, Chris really has nothing to do with the episode that much. He's got a few liners where he splits himself into half and all that. But Meg's got nothing to really do with the episode. Neither does Stewie. Stewie's got, besides the time plot, he really has nothing to do with the episode either. He's just kind of pushed to the side. Brian's got actually more lines than any of them. He's cheering Lois up, which I like, but then there's moments where they gotta make a freaking joke about his shitty book and stuff, like it's not funny. Like, I wish Family Guy would stop making jokes about Brian being a shitty writer. I really hate that joke a lot. It's just getting old. Although it's not as cringe as it was in the other episodes, it's still not very good. But Brian ends up getting, I guess, tore up by animals twice. So, that's pretty interesting. The fact that this actually happened a few times now here in other episodes, like a cat tore him to pieces too and all that. So there's a lot of stuff, they're doing a lot of things where they tear Brian to pieces and stuff. I'm not sure why they started doing that. I don't know. I mean, maybe because Brian's a hateable character, but I don't know. Maybe they're all kind of hateable. Like, they're actually not as bad though as they were. Like, I don't think the characters, like the last few episodes I've been reviewing, they actually have not been that bad. And the characters are not like unlikable. They're just kind of, they just there. They don't really exist, and like they do in the older seasons, they don't exist. They're just there. They don't have anything to do with the plot that much. They do have jokes they throw in with them, but that's really about it. Like, Stewie's basically just there, just a quote on stuff, and that's about really it. Brian's kind of just there too. Peter has more things to do than any of the other characters. Lois is obviously the focus on her the most, but outside of that, yeah, Peter's probably the second person with the most things to do. So yeah, so they really have some problems with this episode. I do have some problems with it. In the beginning really hurts this episode because it's freaking so cringed, and I'm just like, I feel bad for Lois because Lois is just wanting to tell a story of her dreams, and everyone's just freaking being dicks to her and all that. Which is saying something because Lois, once again, is my least favorite character. She's my least favorite character. I don't really care for her that much, but just the fact that, again, once again, everyone's avoiding her and all that's just frustrating, but otherwise, this episode's alright. I probably wouldn't watch this episode again anytime soon. I don't know if I'd come back and watch this episode again at all. I don't know. It's a good. There's nothing like it's definitely nice to see Carter really, be nice and all that. But there's not really a whole lot to this episode that I really care about. There really isn't a whole lot I care about this episode, but that's why it's getting a low good. But I do think it definitely is pretty good. But yeah, overall though, I definitely say if you guys haven't seen this episode, you guys probably could check it out. It's pretty good. But it probably won't make you laugh that much. I mean, the Chris moment where he's talking to, like, yelling at Peter and all that is pretty funny in the background. But otherwise, it's not really that funny. And I'm not saying an episode always needs to be funny, but I just think, this episode, it still has, it has some jokes, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more comedy, but otherwise it's really not that bad. But I think it's time we go ahead and move on to the next episode of this show. Alright, now we're going to be reviewing Old West. Now, oddly enough, these two episodes came out so close. They actually came out not that long ago, which is very odd because I'm so used to reviewing, episodes of Family Guy that came out a long time ago. But these episodes came out a couple months ago. So, yeah. But yeah, so, anywho, this is Old West. So what is this episode about? I guess it's about, honestly, I'm not really sure how would I don't know, it's about basically, about Peter going on his Father's Day, thing, and, he ends up, going on this quest and all that, which, honestly, it's not as entertaining. Like, we've seen better, scavenger hunt episodes, like back in season 2, we saw where Peter was playing golf and his wife was on this scavenger hunt. It was a lot more entertaining, but obviously they have to fill in the whole episode with Old West. But I kind of wish the scavenger hunt went on a little bit longer. I feel like it just goes by so fast. Like, they don't have really much jokes with it. We do get one moment where the Quagmire, is talking about bras because they're going to, I guess, get Meg's bra. And I guess they find the note there, which is pretty funny, but otherwise they don't really focus on this Father's Day scavenger hunt that much. Which is kind of a shame. I kind of would like for them to just focus on it more. Instead, what we're focusing on is Mayor West. Not Adam West, but Mayor West by Wild West. We'll call him Wild West and Old West. So Old West is Wild West's father, and apparently they don't like him. Well, he doesn't like Wild West. Does not like his father. Why doesn't he like him? I'm really not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure. I was thinking because maybe it's because he abandoned him, or maybe it's because we abandoned him as a kid or something, or I don't really know. They really don't. I mean, they really don't go too deep into it, but they do say that he did abandon him as a kid, so. So I'm not really sure. Again, like I said, they don't really focus on it that much, but it's basically kind of what they do here. They kind of do that, and I mean, I gotta say, this episode's probably not as good as the other one, in my opinion. Yeah, this episode is definitely not as good. It's not awful. It's not awful, but it's definitely not as good. Like, there are some jokes I do like, but there's not really a whole lot to this episode. That's the thing. And the thing is, though, is basically the again they focus on the dad. They focus on him and Mayor West, or I guess technically he's Old West. I mean, he's an Old West. He's the well, let's call him Mayor West. I think he's the mayor. I'm not sure. I know they were looking for a replacement for Adam West's mayor, but I'm not sure if you call him Mayor West. I need to watch more of that to see, but yeah, but basically though, yeah, so it's kind of just basically an episode about, I guess, Mayor West hating his father because he left him, and we get some nice jokes. We do get some nice jokes, but it's not, but again, it's basically not, there's not really a whole lot to it. Like, honestly, I just watched the episode not too long ago, and I've already kind of forgot a bit about it. I really have. I watched it about a couple hours ago, and I already forgot about it, because there's not really a whole lot to it. So, yeah, but we do get, again, some funny moments, like, when Old West is calling for his horse, forgot it was Thursday, and he's going and he's tearing down his house and all that, and it's pretty funny, but again, but there's not. But besides the jokes, I think the story is definitely on the weaker side. Like I said, they do focus on Mayor West and Old West and the relationship with each other, but again they just focus on the episode. But honestly, they have one point they have Old West get arrested. Yeah, he gets arrested because he shot Mayor West. But apparently, I gotta say, this is kind of stupid, but I gotta say, it kind of makes Mayor West look like a dick, honestly. Now you may be thinking, like, how does that make him a dick when Old West shot him? Old West they make a joke all the time where he likes to shoot things for fun. He does. He likes to shoot things for fun and all that, that's his thing, but I'm not saying it's alright to shoot people either, but he's trying to make things better for his son. His freaking son's being a total dick. Like, he flat out becomes like a dick to his own father, and it's kind of sad. Like, his father's trying his best to be nice to him and all that, and they really don't do anything with it. They just again, the whole episode is just him hating his father, even though his father's like, his father's, trying to, be nice to him and trying to bond with him. I can understand maybe if it was Francis Griffin, like, Peter's father, where he was kind of a dick to his son, like, not, like, working all the time. But that's not the case with him. All he wants to do is he wants to make his son feel proud, and, they don't really do anything with that. Yeah, the episode just flat out becomes, just whatever. It just doesn't feel like an episode I really care about too much. But there's really not a whole lot to I hate about it. But I gotta say, right, I'm gonna flat out say this. I like Cass Elliot. Cass Elliot is a great voice actor. I really like him. I appreciate his work. But I do not care about this West. I actually don't really like this West too much. He's okay. Like, he's alright. Like, because it's Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott is a great voice actor, but I just don't really care for him. He's not like Angela. I freaking hated Angela. I did not like Angela at all on Family Guy. She was just this freaking typical bitch boss who freaking bosses Peter around all the time and makes him do stupid stuff. no, he's not like that, but he doesn't really, like, at least this episode, maybe other ones he's got more of a personality, but he doesn't really have much of a personality here. He's just waiting, like, outside for his dad to come so he can shoot him, but then I'm like, but again, he doesn't have much of emotion with it. He's kind of just, there, like, he doesn't really have much of a personality. See, originally, the old Adam West, he had, well, I guess he is called the Adam West himself, but Adam West was a great, a great character. He was funny, he was goofy. We had one moment where he got hit in the, nose and thought he was a tomato. That was pretty funny. It was random, but funny. But here, it's just, this Adam, this Mayor West is just, he's just basically a weak, he's a weak, character. I just don't really care for him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. He's just like if he disappeared from the show, I probably wouldn't really miss him. Like, if they killed him off, I really wouldn't miss him because, he's just a bland character, but I could probably take that back if I seen more episodes with him in it, but since I've only seen a couple, yeah, he's definitely not a character I really care about too much. Because again, he has no emotion. He's just freaking a bland character. It doesn't help in this episode that he's a freaking asshole to his father, and his father all he wants to do is please his son, At the end of the episode, they get nowhere with it. They basically get nowhere with the episode, and at the end, he's right back to, being a, well, he's right back to just, still hating his father and all that, and his father can never see him again. So I'm just like, what was the point of the episode? Like, what was the point of it? It's all freaking pointless. It's got a simple story, but again, there's not a lot to it, and again, like, the whole point was them trying, like, Peter and his friends trying to get Mayor West, sorry, there's too many Wests in this show, sorry. Having Mayor West, be friends with his father again, but it goes nowhere at the end, and they're still enemies, so just like, what the hell was the point of it? So this episode's definitely very dull, and I gotta say, I'm gonna rate this episode meh, and 61 points. Yes, 61 points. That may sound high, and you may be asking why it's a meh. The thing is, though, is all of the freaking story is weak, and I don't really care for it as much. I do like some of the jokes in this episode. Some of the jokes are actually pretty okay. They're alright. I do kind of hate how they dumb down, like, Joe and stuff, and, like, and all that in the later seasons, but there's a scene where he's kind of dumb, but it's kind of stupid. It's kind of random, but kind of stupid. It's not gonna make you probably laugh, but it'll make you kind of be interested in the scene. But there's a scene where they're, like, in a statue and all that, and it's pretty funny, but it's not gonna make you laugh or anything. But there's also other scenes where, like, he's just talking about his show and all that, and I'm like, what is this show he's talking about? Like, it feels like it's just put in there randomly, like it's got nothing to do with the episode, and I'm just like, why do they have to put it in there? So, there's some moments where I do like in this episode, some I don't. Even the text, is kind of, nice too, like when the neighbors are texting each other, it's pretty funny. But otherwise, it's not very, it's not, like, very enjoyable. Like, I don't really care for this episode too much, and yeah, so So overall, this episode's definitely meh. Not as good as the last one, but it is more funny than the last one. But at the same time, the story's not as good as the last one. So they both had their strengths and weaknesses. One's more funny than the other one, but one has a better story than the other. So yeah. So anywho, so that's basically 2 episodes of Family Guy review from season 21. I gotta say that now this might be I'll probably answer the question here, but this isn't really confirmed all the way, but because I might make a video down the road where I watch the entire season 21 and tell you guys my thoughts on Family Guy as a whole, but like, well, I think it's gotten better or not, but for these 2 episodes and being a blockbuster, has Family Guy gotten better? Well, the answer is, I think they've gotten a little bit better. They're definitely better than they were like a few seasons ago, where they were freaking. Everything was gruesome. They were beating up, people, and they were all assholes. They don't really feel like assholes here, except Mayor West. Well, Mayor West, he's an asshole in this episode I just reviewed, but he's not, like, hugely unlikable like I've seen the Family Guy characters in the past. But at the same time, the characters in these episodes have nothing to do. Like, they're even in this episode, all the characters are, like, pushed aside. They just don't feel like they do a whole lot. They got, like, no personalities. They reduce their personalities to, like, just standard, and they just don't feel like themselves. But I gotta say, yeah, these are all right. I just don't think Family Guy's ever gonna go back to the way it was before. I think they just need to cancel the show and have room for new shows. Because the reason why, Adam West, got killed off the show, the old Adam West, is because he was old. The old actor passed away off screen and they had to kill his character off. But they wouldn't have to do that if the show would have freaking ended. I'm not saying it's always bad for a show to go on for a while. I mean, Sesame Street and Arthur are both shows that have freaking gone on for years. Heck, Sesame Street is gone for a freaking decades. It's been on since the freaking 50s or 60s, and it's still going strong. But shows like this, I just don't feel like they don't feel like they're ever gonna go back to the way they were. But I could be wrong. I mean, SpongeBob has gotten slightly better, but it's definitely not as good as it used to be either. But again, I haven't seen a whole lot of episodes of that show either, the newer seasons, so I'm not sure. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna down the road I'm gonna probably watch all the episodes of season 21 and maybe tell you guys my true thoughts on it. But I think it's part of the problem too, is I'm kind of just burned out on Family Guy. I don't know, I feel like the characters don't really have much to them, but again, I don't think, again, it's really fair to criticize, these 2 episodes and, Blockbuster, the Blockbuster episode, and say that they're bad because, they're, newer episodes, but at the same time, again, they're just kind of stale. They feel stale. Like, it feels like the writers are just burnt out on making Family Guy episodes. But I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and probably let things go from here. Tell me what you guys think about these reviews. And I'll see you guys all next time. This will probably be uploaded tomorrow because it's already almost midnight. So will the other video I made that's like probably about an hour long of me showing off my YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. Yeah, I've been doing that. So, yeah, but anywho, I'm going to go ahead and let things go from here. I'll see you guys all next time. This is Dash Rose, out.